Hi everyone, my name is Kathy Patterson and I'm with Collier County Housing Development Corporation. I'm not an attorney like the rest of these. I am a housing counselor, a foreclosure intervention counselor. And one of the most difficult discussions a counselor can have with a family is that they may no longer be able to afford the house. That may not be how we tell them, but in reality that's ultimately what may happen. We typically, if that is the case, will work with them through the end, even to try to help them to find a rental unit. But in order for us to work with the lenders to get a repayment agreement, a modification, an extension of the term of the mortgage, a reduction in principal, we need to prove verifiable income, and that's what's happening so many times today, that they don't have, they're getting, paid cash. That is not verifiable. Another thing, when we speak to the lenders, one of the first things that they are asking for is a true budget. What does it actually cost them to live in that house? What are their monthly expenses? And what is their income? And the second thing that they always ask for is a hardship letter. What has caused you to get to this point? Both of those things are in your packet. But if you talk to someone and you don't have the packet with you, you can have them go to www.collierhousing.org. And in the upper right-hand part of the screen, you'll see a foreclosure intervention counseling or something, and then in there it will give you a packet of things that your counselor is going to want, or your attorney is going to want you to bring with for your session with them. Again, we're going to continue to tell you this, the most and best advice I can give you to tell anyone you're talking with is stay in your house. Maintain it. Keep it up. Because it not only, if we are able to get a modification or repayment, your lender may need an appraisal of that property. And the other thing is, if you decide that you don't want to stay there or that you're going to lose it, we may be able to get them, negotiate some money that can help them when they move out. And for a lender to have a family in there and know that the home is well maintained is worth an awful lot to them. It avoids all the things that Chief Bloom and Diane have talked about. If you're talking to a client or talking to one of your employees or a friend, one of the things that continues to come up is that they sit at my desk and they haven't made a payment for 4 months, and you say, so if we have to negotiate with the lender, how much money do you have? And many times they have no money. We need to show that they have the ability to make that payment once we work through the details. And if they aren't double paying on some credit cards, trying to get their debt in order, we tell them, save the money. You know, the portion that you would be able to make of your payment, put it into a checking account, a savings account, because then it shows the lender good faith that you really can't afford the full payment, but you do have some money put away. If you are speaking to someone who is fearful of going into foreclosure, I told you that in the website. Again, www.collierhousing.org, and it will give you the items that your counselor or your attorney may need. Besides legal aid and the pro bono attorneys on the task force and myself, Collier County Housing Development Corporation, there is another foreclosure counseling intervention agency in Fort Myers, and that name is the Homeownership Resource Center. Their phone number is 239-768 6846, and they are HUD certified counseling agency, and they will be able to help you. For the most part, housing counselors who provide foreclosure intervention counseling do not charge for services. So if you find that someone you're speaking to was just approached by someone who claims to be a foreclosure counselor, but they ask them for money, they need to check into the credentials, because housing counselors typically do not charge for their services.